Deep in a remote forest near Gwangju, South Korea, stands an abandoned building shrouded in fear. Gonjiam Psychiatric Hospital. Cracked walls, rusted doors, faded memories. But behind these walls, it is said that patients were not treated. They were tortured. Whispers tell of secret experiments on human minds, of screams echoing through the halls at night. And at the heart of it all, one door. Room 402. Behind its sealed door, untold horrors began. The hospital's director, Dr. Lee Seong-ho, was last seen entering that very room after being called in for questioning by police. He vanished. No one ever saw him again. Since then, the hospital became a magnet for thrill seekers and ghost hunters. Some left with terrifying stories. Others never came out at all. In 2017, a live streamer named Park Jin-woo entered the hospital laughing, making jokes, but as he reached room 402, the broadcast cut. Only his phone was found inside a broken drawer in that room. This is more than a rumor. These are just a few of the many stories whispered about Gonjiam Psychiatric Hospital. Some were caught on camera, others never finished. Here are the stories that survived, or were never meant to. Chapter 1. The descent begins. It was the winter of 1996. Nurse Jin-woo remembers the wind howling through the empty corridors. But that night was different. It was the last night anyone saw Dr. Lee Sang-ho alive. She remembers him pacing the halls after midnight, whispering in a language no one recognized. He often stopped in front of room 402, staring at the door, silent, for minutes at a time. Something inside that room called to him. Chapter 2. The Collapse. In the months before the hospital closed, patient deaths began to spike. No one could explain it. Healthy patients suddenly stopped breathing. Others were found with faces scratched, eyes frozen in horror. Some claimed to see a woman in white standing in the dark corners. One patient was moved to room 402. He resisted. He screamed all night, but the door wouldn't open. By morning, he was dead, his fingernails broken, his mouth wide open, as if cut mid-scream. Nurse Ji-soo started marking who went into that room. None of them ever came back the same. Chapter 3. The Young Doctor. Dr. Kim Young-chul was new, brilliant, and didn't believe in ghosts. He thought the stories were mass hysteria. In his notebook, he wrote, "The patients are sick, but something else is sick too. This place, it breathes." He challenged the fear. One night, He entered room 402 to prove it was just another room. He didn't show up the next day. When the staff found him, he was under the bed, whispering to the wall, "She's waiting for me. Don't leave me with her." He was taken away. In silence, he never spoke again. Chapter 4. The Box. Days before the hospital shut down, Dr. Lee returned. Silently, he walked into room 402, holding a small wooden box. That was the last time anyone saw him. When police searched the room, they found no sign of the doctor. No box, just one sentence scratched into the wall. The door opened, and she came out. Chapter 5. Hana's last video. 20 years later, a Korean vlogger named Hana decided to enter the hospital with 2 friends. They wanted views. They wanted fear. They got both. Footage found on her camera showed them laughing, exploring the empty halls. Then the atmosphere changed. One of her friends is seen running, screaming, "She's behind me! She's behind me!" Hana is seen staring into the camera, whispering, "She's wearing white. Her eyes are black, all black." The footage ends with a scream. Hana was never found. Only whispers of what became of her remain. Only the camera was recovered, just outside room 402. Chapter 6. What is room 402? According to an elderly nurse who worked there in the 60s, room 402 was sealed long before the hospital ever opened. It had once belonged to a military base. They said something was summoned or awakened in that room. Not a ghost, not a person. Something that watches and waits. Today, no one dares step inside room 402, but on some nights, villagers hear banging on glass, faint whispers from the 2nd floor. A retired officer who investigated the place once said, "I saw something in there, not human, not sane. That building, it's not empty, it's just full of something else." The curse of Gonjiam is not just a story, it's a warning for those who still think curiosity is harmless.